Last week on Thursday Night Therapy, our heroes were forced to face a vicious storm. Seemingly unwilling to run from it, Captain Harrigan sailed the Wormwood directly into the heart of the squall, forcing all hands on deck to counteract its assault. While the twins battled to pull in the mainsail, Lani and Torrin were ordered to secure the loose barrels, and after doing so, witnessed Rosie being swept overboard by a particularly large wave. Lani briefly considered diving overboard, but was quickly convinced that perhaps throwing a rope was a more elegant solution, and with Torrin's assistance, was able to save Rosie from certain death. The storm raged on for a number of hours, but began to subside towards the evening, leaving an exhausted crew, who after some brief chat on deck, retired for the evening. The following day turned out to be one of sunshine, and surprisingly, rest. An impromptu bath was created using the sail, and the crew began bathing and washing their clothes. Unfortunately, our adventurers were not able to enjoy the respite for long, as Mr. Plug informed them that they had been chosen to carry out a request from the captain. Swim out to a nearby reef and catch some crabs for the evening meal. The task seemed easy enough at first, and a few crabs were indeed caught. This was rudely interrupted, however, by a pair of vicious reef claws. The skirmish commenced, but Devvie took the brunt of the attack early on and was left bleeding and unconscious. His brother, Desi, jumped to his aid and was able to stop the bleeding. He was brought back to the ship and healed by Sandara. We ended with a bit of a muddle. Some of our heroes on the ship, some on the reef, some in between. Half the crab pots full, half were still empty. I don't know. All I can say for certain is that Mr. Plug was not amused. And that's where we'll pick up this week.
Well.
So, you were all, as I said, kind of in the middle of sorting yourselves out. So, what did you actually decide to do at the end of last week?
That is a... so Lani and I went out to collect more crabs.
I got healed up and decided to jump back in the water to swim back over to...
Yeah, he swam back.
Lani
swam back.
I was on deck, attempting to calm Mr. Plug, and unfortunately, as he leapt off the ship, one of my lovely friends decided to shout expletives at him.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
I meant
Yeah,
to
that
suggest he
happened.
would have been very popular in prison.
Okay, so I'm not going to make it go through the act of catching all these crabs individually, but you can tell me exactly what you would like to do, because Lani, did you take the pots back or not? I don't. I briefly remember you left them, but then Desi, you dived in and grabbed them, right?
Devvie
Des.
or Des?
No, Devvie, Des. The last
Devvie
thing
was
Des
still
did was
over.
jump. Yeah, Devvie was on the reef. Desi jumped back in the water and began swimming back to you. I just
Yeah.
was not sure if he had picked up the two empty pots or not.
I don't know. I don't know if Torrin chucked them in for us.
They were in the water.
They were. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Would have taken them then, I guess.
Des, did you take them or not?
Yeah, that's the whole
You did.
reason for me going back was to go and do what we were asked to do, which was go and get some crabs.
Okay, so that means you left on deck one pot full of crabs and one pot with a reef claw in it, correct?
Yes.
And you have now two empty pots that you want to fill with.
All manner of lovely crabs and other delicacies, should we find them.
Okay.
Because I seem to remember the ones before I put in some urchins and other bits and bobs, oysters and things like that.
Yeah, you did find some oysters. So more of the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Fill them up with
And I'm
crabs,
still
and
on
if there's
deck.
any space, put some other things in.
okay. So we have 1 reef claw and 3 pots full of crabs plus various mollusks.
And I will add also, if they wanted to empty that pot of the reef claw and give it back to me, I'll go and get more crabs if they so wish.
No, I don't think they wouldn't have emptied and thrown off the pots again. Okay, so you have returned to the reef. You have filled up the pots, and you now return to the ship.
While they were getting the other crabs, I was still on deck, attempting to show plug the reef claw.
Mm-hmm.
So and just sort of because we had a brief thing of him getting healed and what the fuck happened, like fucking bitten by this fucking wanker, and now
And
showing him
and
the
his
reef
mates.
claws. And see, we ain't fucking lying, fucking nasty bastards. But depending
Okay,
on
yeah.
whether he's interested or not, I would jump back in and join everybody
Okay.
else.
Yeah, he would have looked at it, certainly raised an eyebrow, but wouldn't have actually said anything about it unless you directly ask him.
No, I would take his silence for indifference, as seems to be the way, and I would just say, so what do you want? What do you want us to do with this thing? Keep it,
So
skin
reef claw,
it, throw it off? I don't know.
leave it here for the moment.
All right, and I'll dive off and go back and help the others.
Okay. So, just to keep this moving along, I'll say you collected your rest of the crabs without issue, and you return to the boat.
Yep.
Unless you want to do anything else.
Unless I spy a shipwreck that looks like it needs exploring, then I'm happy to go back to the boat.
As I said, it's very sunny and the waters are very clear here.
Mhm.
So, you don't see anything within range of this reef and this outcrop.
Okay.
I think once you get too far away, the water's too deep to see the bottom anyway.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, if there's nothing of interest, then head back.
Okay. So you all clamber up the side of the boat with your lobster pots now full with crabs, but of course one of them is full with something else. And just as you're wiping the seawater off of yourselves, adjusting your damp clothes, the captain emerges from his cabin and comes up to inspect what you've caught. And he looks at the crabs, and he looks at the reef claw. Bends down, touches it, the reef claw, stands up again and looks to you all.
Which one of you is responsible for this?
I can't remember. Who was it? Who?
I would say it's more of a collaborative effort, to be honest. You know, I stood there and got perforated whilst they hit it.
I'll take
He
a
look-
step forward and
He
motion
looks
to
to the
other
rest of you.
ones.
Motion to what? What do you mean? So
I'll
like
motion-
you're
I'll motion
motioning.
to the guys to step forward as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do it.
I'm not talking
You
in front of this
four.
fucker.
You caught this fish?
I'll just nod.
The reef claw is a dangerous creature. Vicious. And twice as vicious when it is dying. You have done well.
He turns to Mr. Plug.
Tell the quartermaster that each one of these sailors may retrieve one item from the store free of charge.
And Mr. Plug's face, it was like he was expecting like some sort of for you to be reprimanded for not getting exactly what you were told, and then as he realizes that you've actually been rewarded for something, although subtle, you can see the look on his face. He's not too happy with it.
I will
And just before
abstain
leaving-
from rubbing it in this time.
Thank you.
And just before leaving, the captain says,
Now get these things cooked up. We will feast tonight.
and he leaves back to his quarters. Mr. Plug kind of glances at you all and comments then, Fever takes these down to the kitchen.
Right, you are.
I'll
And
grab a pot.
yeah, he makes no movement to help you, but
Yeah.
seemingly expects you to grab something and make your way.
No, of course. I will grab the reef claw basket.
Lanny reached down and
Okay.
grabs the 2 remaining pots. Just one in each hand. So I
Okay.
just drag them down.
Whatever's left over that he's picking.
Okay. So he leads you down through the hold towards the galley. Krupa's there.
Oh, hello, what have you got there then?
Yeah, it's got some crabs and a reef claw. I thought there's quite a lot of meat on that. Looks like we could. Yeah, we could
Oh,
make
lovely.
Quite a meal from this.
Succulent, succulent flesh on that one. Come on, bring it here, we'll get it chopped up.
Lovely.
And he motions for you to drop the reef claw onto his workbench.
I do so.
While you're doing that, the quartermaster is there. Plug kind of reluctantly walks up to her and in quite a soft, low voice informs her that each of you are allowed to now choose and take one of the items that are within the store. And after saying that, he simply leaves.
I will ask. It's Grok, isn't it? Is that her
Yep.
name? Yep. I'll ask Grok to list what she has available, so that we may choose wisely.
He said you were allowed to take one of your own items.
Oh, one of our own items. Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't just a free item. It was
Ah,
one of
right.
your items that had been taken from you that you can
right.
now have back.
I think all of my items have
Although-
been nabbed by him.
Although, I mean, theoretically, you could try and
Hmm.
convince her that something else was in fact yours. I mean, whether that will work or not.
Hmm.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Your rapier is still in there,
Ooh, yes.
and I believe you had something else.
Knuckle dusters.
Knuckle dusters.
So yeah, after Plug's left, he's like,
So, what would you want?
I'll just quickly turn to my brother and under my breath just be like, knuckle dusters are a set, alright?
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah, right, I'll grab my rapier then. And then I point to my rapier and I say, I'll have my rapier back, please.
Was this yours, was it? Yeah, alright. Hang on.
and she takes like a little. It's almost like a notepad,
Mm.
which and she kind of flips through a couple pages and she sees a scratch in her head and then she marks something off and hands it back to you. The rapier, I mean. She does just simply give it to you.
There you go, love. What about you?
I have seem to be missing a pair of knuckle dusters.
Oh, yeah, they are. I know where they are.
And she fishes them out of her chest, hands them both to you.
It's a nice pair there. What's this little symbol on there for? What's that?
Sentimentality, my love. Sentimentality.
Fair enough. Next.
Torrin,
I had a backpack. Had some books and some ink and a bit of parchment. Dagger should be in there as well.
Well, he said one thing. I don't, what was?
She's like looking around. She's like,
What did the bag look like again?
Small, black, like just simple. Not worth much. Just to hold the little supplies I had.
okay, she seems to spot what you're talking about, and she grabs a bag out of the corner and she opens it up and starts looking through it. What exactly was in there? Paper?
I
Paper,
had
ink?
parchment, ink pen, a book, a small knife, and a little bag of sand. And I'm trying to say that my dagger was also in there.
Was it in there?
No, the dagger would have been on my belt.
Okay, then it wouldn't be in the bag now. She
Damn.
starts looking. She looks through, but she's seeing the rest paper, and she's like, "Oh,
Well, he said one, but it don't look like it's worth much anyway.
and she just tosses it to you. So you can have everything that's in there except the dagger.
Except the dagger.
Would have been separated.
That
Nice.
is
What about you, big lad?
yeah, I should be a brown satchel, my pack, in there somewhere.
What did you have in there, Rid?
So it would have just been like a poncho sort of style thing, some small bits of food, and just some small like vials and containers. That's really it.
She asks you like,
Can you see it here?
now you're looking around. It's slightly unorderly. I mean, it's not like a. You probably most of you getting the first like really good look in here. It's not like particularly well kept. And you can see, assume maybe from her slight confusion as to where things are, that she doesn't keep the best track of everything. But yeah, she asks if you can see it.
So a perception check, I gather.
Yeah, go on.
Just a 7. I
7.
I can't see it, but it's made of leather. It's got some innate sort of like tribal sort of design down the side.
Alright, let me have a look. Oh god, fuck.
And she turns around and starts rummaging.
Would I be able to have a look in and see if I can see anything interesting?
Yep. I mean, you can to see what's on view. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Is there anything that would potentially catch my eye as something different or interesting?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I just realised that I don't have my book with me. Hang on. I don't actually have the book. I left it upstairs. It's alright. I've got it on. No, it's alright. It's alright. I got it on PDF. I just have to open it up. Fucking silly DM. So yeah, all right, but yeah, give me a perception check anyway.
Perception check. Ooh.
19 total.
Yep.
Okay, so let's have a look here. Sorry, I'm having to read this from a PDF, so it's a little.
Alright.
So you do see like a number of like chests and lockers.
Yeah.
So you see like 4 of those. You see a large like wooden trunk, and there's actually one metal trunk, like a big metal chest, which they all seem to be locked. Okay. So I see you can assume most of the good stuff is in there, but
Yeah.
looking around the walls, you do see like there's a decent array of weaponry. Just like your standard stuff. There's some spears and cutlasses up on the wall. There is a couple pieces of leather armor. A studded leather by the looks of it. You also see a lot of like mundane stuff, like on some shelving, just like soap, candles, string, matches, that stuff that like the sailors might need on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Would I be able to see a dagger?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, with that check, you'd see a couple of daggers lying around. The only other thing that's obviously on these shelves is like when you saw her handing out the rum ration in this kind of like handy carryable cask. There seems to be a number of them in there, along with other different bottles of various alcoholic beverages.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd just sort of have a look at the daggers, see if there's any nice ones or anything that looks like the one I used to have. It wouldn't have been a special dagger, just something that I might recognize.
Yeah, they look fairly standard daggers.
Yeah.
And one of them does appear to be yours.
All right, good to know.
So in the meantime, Lanny, she has found your satchel.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
What was in it again? Just poncho and bits of food and
ponchos, bits of food probably rotted by now.
Yeah, she kind of looks through it and
more containers.
Was this
and stuff, which is
this your kit?
My poisoner's kit, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, the poncho and that is So she looks at it as like, yeah, all right, whatever, and kind of tosses it to you as well.
Thank you.
Right, was that it?
How much
yeah,
would one of
go
those
on.
daggers cost?
Oh,
If I wanted to buy
let me
it back.
think.
She seems to consider this little while.
Oh, just give me a gold coin.
Yeah, could I have that one? I think that one looks like mine, and I'll point to the one that looks like mine.
Yeah, she just grabs it off the shelf and hands it to you.
Pull out the gold.
Thank you, love.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to make some purchases?
I don't know. Have you got any magical items at all?
No, magical.
Anything spangly?
Oh, we got there's a dagger here. I got some potions and stuff like that. What sort of thing you have to?
What kind of potions have you got?
Oh, like healing potions. Potions to make you move faster. But haste potions, that's it. Haste potions.
How much are those?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google that quickly.
They're like 50 gold
with Google on it.
Yeah, yeah.
What's this Google?
Yeah, she addresses her notebook again. But I think potion of speed. Oh no, they're very rare. That's more money than you have.
Yeah. Okay.
God.
Yeah, I thought it might be. I just thought, it might be worth asking.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't
That's
even
right.
think to get a list ready for this sort of thing, but
So you know what? I might leave off for a bit. I need to earn a bit more coin, and I'll get back to you.
the standard healing potions are 50, but I think a potion of speed. Is it potion of speed and potion of haste? Are they two different things?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so. They might be the same thing under different names. Let me just have a look at D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Where's it gone? Oh bollocks!
If you drink a potion of speed, you gain the effect.
So I must say something really I find difficult with 5e is it's really hard just to find the prices of stuff.
Yes.
Potion of haste is in fact a Minecraft thing.
Minecraft
well,
thing.
Potion of haste also. It used to be called. Oh no, it's boots of haste, isn't it? Boots of haste.
Yeah.
Potion of
There
speed.
is a potion of speed, item rarity, very rare.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure puts in a price category that's way off your things.
Yes.
That's what I mean. When you
It's
look
way
up an
above
item,
all
it
of our
doesn't.
money combined.
Yeah. It doesn't just tell you the cost. It just says very rare. So, and then you
Yeah.
have to look somewhere else to find out what that means.
That's really annoying,
yeah.
actually.
It's kind of up to the DM. That's I think.
Yeah.
I think it's more left up to you than anything else.
Yeah, I know it gives you like a range, but as I said, I know that range is
Yeah.
way out of your.
It should give you it should give you like a suggested price at least, but yeah.
But yeah, other than the potions and this dagger she's talking about.
Okay.
Oh,
What about the dagger? What does that do? Do you know?
Well, the guy who sold it to me said it was particularly effective against animals.
Right. Well, I'll leave it for now. Thanks anyway, Grok. It's been a big help, but I'm gonna save my money for a bit, I reckon. Buy something nice later on.
Right.
Thank you, my friend.
Anyone else?
I'm
It's
all
been
good.
An absolute pleasure.
No, thank you.
all right. Then she kind of just shuts the door in your face.
Fair.
So in the meantime, Kroop has hauled out one of his massive pots and put out on the stove, and has chucked all the crabs in there to get them boiling.
Right.
But he turns to you.
Devvie, mate, you want to give me a hand with this reef claw?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's I've never seen one of these before. It'd be nice to educational, I must say, to open it up and see what makes it tick, and then get all that lovely meat out of it.
Lovely.
He kind of turns to the rest of you.
You guys hanging around or?
No, I thought I might get a wash in if the sail's still down.
Yeah, you would.
I think I've
It
got
would
a bit
still
of
be
blood
down.
on me that I'd probably want to get off. But I'll see you guys in a bit, all right? And I'll actually take my stuff back to my chest first,
Yeah.
and I'll strap in my dagger at this point now.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna wash and find what's her face? Fuck, what's her fucking name? Sandara.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find Sandara and see if she's got if she was able to wash my shirt for me, because I'm still currently walking around topless at this point.
Yeah. She has washed your clothes, and she also hung them up, so they are at least half dry at this point.
I'll give her a hug and a thank you, and so I'm just gonna get the blood out of my hair. You know, that's probably a good thing to do. And I'll jump in and sort of have a lazy lie in the water and wash my hair a little bit and try to enjoy myself.
It has cleared out a little bit at this point, so you have a bit more space to yourself. And yeah, if you just want to lie there and enjoy the sun, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah. I'd like to keep an eye out for Fedor.
Okay. He's not bathing at the moment in the where you are, but
I just want to know where he is generally. I'm not looking for anything specifically. I'm just curious as to where he is and what he's doing.
he's just up on deck at the moment. Seems to be having a drink. He's obviously washed and reclothed himself, so
Fair.
he you see him talking to Jape a lot, the half orc, who never responds, never smiles, and Fedor will like, you know, and make a joke and like nudge him, like as he laughs, and the half orc will just kind of like look down his nose at him at the spot where he was been touched.
Yeah.
That seems to be the whole dynamic of those two.
Fair.
So, what about the other two?
I am going to go and get all the blood cleaned off me because
Okay.
there's probably quite a lot of it.
Ugh.
Same as Torrin. Okay.
Lani's going to actually offer to help in the kitchen, seeing how tough the reef claw was, see if it helped to essentially crack the shell off it, whatever.
Yeah. Well, he says like,
Well, if you want to stay, then don't just stand there. Go sit in here in the corner, and you can watch. And
You don't need any help. They're quite tough, that shell.
well, yeah, but I'm trying to teach this lad here how to do a job. So we'll see how he gets on first, all right?
Okay.
And if we need your assistance, then well, yeah, I'll tell you.
Okay, Lani will just then kind of just essentially prop himself on a barrel in the corner, just a bit like,
Question.
yes.
The reef claw, is it like the shell, like the armor of it, is it quite tough?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the head
It's like
and like
chitinous
the
armor.
back, the front back. Yeah, it's more like a crustacean, like a lobster or a crab. And then as the body goes back, that seems to thin, and then like the belly and the tail is actually more like fish, like a scaled flesh,
Yeah.
rather than hard.
Okay.
It's as I said, it's kind of this odd amalgamation of different creatures. So
What I'd like to do is
Yep.
try to remove the carapace, but keep all the sections intact. Because I'd like to try and either make some armor from it later on, or get someone else to make the armor from it.
okay, all right.
And are these quite colourful creatures as well?
Yeah, they were like black and red.
Okay.
It's almost like a very dark, very dark green, which almost appears black. It's almost slightly iridescent, but then with like a red mixed in with that as well.
That's pretty cool.
Not stripes, but like, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I wanna keep that as intact as possible. And then,
So you just go to start cutting into that, do you?
yeah, I'll say to Creep, I'll say, yeah, let's be a bit careful with this shell, because I want to keep that kind of like a trophy.
Well, you got to be careful with these things anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll
No,
take the
mate.
sections off bit by bit, and then see what we can scrape out.
All right, you want me to do it, or do you want me to talk you through it? You got to be very careful, you see, when you're taking these apart.
Oh yeah, by all means. If you wanna take the lead on it, I'd just like to keep them intact. Is all I'm really worried about.
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem. That's not the difficult part.
Lovely.
And he starts cutting around where the shell joins the fleshy bit. And while he's doing that, he explains,
You see, you killed this thing, right? Did you?
Yeah.
You saw it go crazy.
Yeah, that was a bit nasty. That.
Yeah.
That's what
and as he's
done my
cutting, he's
brother in.
now like, yeah, he's starting to separate the armor and then like fill it open the stomach and kind of slowly peeling it back piece by piece. And then he removes most of the entrails, just tosses them out the window. You see him. Actually, can you give me like? Well, he just says like,
This is alright. This is the heart.
and he carefully cuts out the heart.
Mm-hmm.
He gives it to you.
He's like, put that to the side. The captain will want that.
Right you are. I'll kind of get a bowl or something to put that in.
And then it goes back in, and you see him very carefully, like just like right up at the base of the skull on the spine. There's like another small, like plum-sized mass. You see him very, very carefully start cutting around that.
That's like a venom sac.
Well, I don't know what it is really, to be honest. But this is what makes them go fucking crazy, you know?
Right.
Something inside of it. But you got to be careful, you see. If you damage it, it'll leak out, and then it fucking ruins all the meat. Tastes disgusting, apparently.
Right. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a
We don't want that.
Tarrasque's arsehole.
Oh, well, that's bloody horrible.
Hearing that, Lanny's ears perk up and he's, could I have that?
He kind of turns to you, bemused, like,
What? Why? You
No,
ain't thinking about eating it, are you?
No. With that, Lanny pulls out a small container from in his satchel and just asks it to be put into the container.
Alright, but I fucking warned you.
and he carefully plops it into your container.
Yeah, be careful with that, Lanny.
Lanny just corks it, puts it quite gently back into the bag. I might have an idea for this.
Nice.
Croup just raises an eyebrow. Wonderful. he kind of turns back to the fish, and then like carefully to you, Devvie. He's like,
Is he alright?
Oh, he's fine. He likes to collect weird shit. I wouldn't worry about it. It's fine.
Alright.
So, you carry on dissecting the fish and start to cook it. Now, Creep's definitely taking the lead, but he does want your assistance in a number of things.
And a number of tasks,
Of
of
the
course.
process.
Yep.
Yeah. So I would like you to make a roll to see how well you assist him.
Okay. What would you like? Survival or nature? Medicine?
Not medicine.
No.
I guess survival. Cooking seems to fall
Yeah.
under survival.
Okay, we'll do that.
Ooh, it's not bad at all.
Wow,
I think 21 is quite good.
it's not bad. Yep.
So, you seem to be doing a good job, and meal seems to be you're getting near done, and you at least seem quite happy with the result. He lets you taste a bit of the meat. Very good meat, very rich and succulent for a fish.
Oh, it's bloody nice that.
Great stuff. They're, we don't get them too often because they're such a pain in the arse to catch, but bloody good meat.
Are we,
On them, I ain't surprised.
are we
to
still
get the
anchored where
captain
we
allowed
were?
you.
Yeah, you're still anchored.
Well, I don't know if anyone's interested, but we left another dead one out there. We only brought it back. We only brought it back for evidence because we thought no one would believe that we'd killed it. But if they're edible,
Well, don't let the captain hear you say that.
So yeah, meal is nearly done. Did you want to do anything else?
no. As long as I've got my reef claw shell, I am happy.
Yeah, I mean, he has given that to you. It probably needs a little bit of cleaning up,
Yeah, of course.
but it is in one tact, and but it will, yeah, time will tell whether this is suitable for what you're thinking. But yeah, it might work.
Sweet. It's just
Right, the go on.
Oh no, I was just going to say it's just really to embellish my armour
Mm-hmm.
at some point.
So the other two are up bathing. While you're doing this, you see one of the officers that you've not really had anything to do with as of yet start commanding a couple of the sailors around. And she actually gets them to lower the boat, the little jolly boat. What would you call it?
A rowboat.
Jolly, a rowboat.
Yep.
Yeah, it's called is it a jolly? I thought it's called a jolly. Over the side.
A skiff.
A skiff. Yeah, just the little small rowboat that you used to
land, etc.
Yeah. That's put out onto the water and then tied off and then let the current take it. So it's kind of swimming about 20 feet away from the main boat.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have wanted to do anything else in this time?
I might chat with Sandara, just friendly. And yeah, just thank her for helping me with my clothes and shit, and just be nice and friendly with people I am friendly with.
Okay.
So Sandara and Rosie, let's all get our
Just
shit
to
out
be-
in the water.
Just as a DM, for my knowledge, and just to be very clear on this, to what extent are you... How genuine is this friendliness?
Fairly.
Fairly genuine. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you thinking
I'm
he's gonna have to
I'm
make a
not
deception?
outright lying to them about anything.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to ask you to start doing deception checks. It's just, it was never overtly said, but I get the impression you're being like extra nice to her to make a friendship, but this is not necessarily like that you genuinely like or care about her. This is more of a tactical friendship.
Sandara is useful, but she is also kind. So
Okay.
there would be a level of friendship with this conversation, but
Okay. Well, let me ask this a different way. Is it possible you're just putting it on a little bit thick?
no, this
No?
would be
Okay.
a genuine conversation.
All right. Good. Just wanted to have that clear. All right. Fair enough.
I would also at some point go and speak to Sandara and just thank her for, patching me up again. It's been what, twice now, 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, you're quite welcome.
In this line of work, it can be a bit hazardous to my elf, apparently, it turns out. But, that's 2 or 3 times now you've pulled my balls out the fire, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that they didn't have some sort of healer on the ship anyway. They apparently have a doctor, but he's also the ship's carpenter. I didn't quite understand. And he doesn't do any magical healing as far as I'm aware, but
Yeah, bone
seemed
saw,
odd
yeah.
to me.
I think you'll find that one that's good with a saw, Sandara.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and with that, she points over the officer that you've seen commanding this action with the little boat. She actually has a peg leg.
That'll be it.
Yeah, that might be the handiwork.
Oh, well.
Not doctor is a very loose term.
Field surgeon
Yeah,
might be better.
Mm.
Yeah, they didn't say doctor. They had some other strange term. I've forgotten it.
Sawbones.
Oh well.
Yeah, well, in a couple of towns that we came through, they had barber surgeons. They could cut your hair, they could cut your leg off.
I wouldn't recommend those.
Sawdust was nice and clean.
Which is shaking.
So
my
at this
head.
point, Plug approaches you as you're laying there. points to the both of you, Sandara and Rosie. Like, right, you newbies, we have a little bit of training for you. So get yourselves dressed and ready, please.
Is this
Oh.
swimming training?
There's a good chance you will be getting wet, yes.
I think I'll leave my clothes off, thanks.
As you wish. Oh, and can one of you please go down and get the others from the kitchen?
He's your
They
brother.
are also
Go on.
required.
I'm about to say, well, let me guess. What is that? That's gonna be Lanny and my brother.
Yes, all the newbies, please.
I won't say anything this time. I'll just go off and fetch him.
If Torrin sees you even debating saying something, she's just gonna shoot you the sharpest fucking look. Like, don't push your fucking luck.
We've already been dead
He
once.
already doesn't like you.
If I see this, if I see the look, I will just wink and grin and saunter off.
Okay,
I wonder how
so
well
Lani
you're
and Devvie?
supported with a boot in your testicles.
Yeah, we come on up. I
Yeah,
suppose,
Des
when-
suddenly appears and tells you that you are required for something.
Right, so, on my way past my little locker, I'll put my new things in there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, I assume as you're passing through, you can store anything away that you want.
yeah, and then head on up.
Yeah. So then you find you together with all of the new pirates. This would include Concubar and Kogwood, the creepy guy. At which point, this officer approaches you. She has like this red pattern bandana on with some roughly cut shoulder length hair. She actually has like a gold ring through the, is it called septum
Yeah,
on your nose?
yeah.
A nose ring?
Front of your nose, yeah, septum.
Yeah, exactly. Like a thick gold ring.
The bit that disappears when you do too much cocaine.
Exactly, yeah. And then she kind of hobbles up to you with this fierce look on her face. Her eyebrows are down. And as I said, the aforementioned peg leg kind of knocks onto the wood with each step. It's like, right, you fucks. My job to make sure that you're capable if we ever come across another boat and need to board them. So, I need you to swim out to that boat. Take one of the grappling hooks, throw it up to the side of the boat, and climb up.
Right.
Okay.
Make sense? Bloody hell, that accent just wandered through multiple northern towns.
It did. Yeah.
I think
Fucking hell.
it can generally be referred to as northern, just general
Yeah, it was
northern.
General knowledge.
Generally-
Mate, it's not as
generally
bad as
northern
me
sounding.
and Victor. Fucking hell. There was 6 different things in one sentence then.
Yeah, I felt like I just did that. Anyway, right, come, you fucks. Off to the boat.
Down oars.
Boats
Yeah, and-
trailing behind us or at the
Yeah,
back of
it's
the
about
ship,
20 feet behind. Well, it's not directly behind. It's kind of off at a 45-degree
off,
angle
yeah.
because of the current.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
So
Right, I'll dive in.
Yep. Swan
well.
dive.
So you swim over to the boat,
Mhm.
and as she said, there's a couple of grappling hooks inside. Bearing in mind, this is not a huge boat, so you're not all going to fit in at the same time. And some of you are going to have to wait their turn. But there are grappling hooks in there. So
If I can get in, I just get in the boat and start handing them out to people.
yeah, I mean, if you want to be first, you can be the first one there.
Yeah, I'll hand them out to people. That means I don't have to be the first to throw the fucking hook.
So she is stood like here on the starboard side,
Oh, wait a minute.
and
not
you are kind of
focused.
like
In the drink.
you are kind of off down to the side. It's not important. We don't need the map at the moment. Just so that you have a rough idea of how this is working. So, she is standing on the edge and is now showing the side of the wooden rail. It's like, right, you throw it up over this rail. Come on, I haven't got all day.
Go on then, I'm gonna chuck it. Do you want
Okay.
athletics or?
You can actually make an attack roll.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like a thrown weapon. So, as if it was a thrown weapon.
So I
Throwing is either strength or dex.
I can
So
throw a dagger,
Yep.
so I'll use that then.
Okay.
There we are.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. So are you giving it a little swing, or are you just gonna lob it? I guess.
Yeah,
you
no,
could-
I'm giving it a swing. Yeah, I'm working out the weight of the hook as it kind of goes through its arc on the end of the rope, and then use my best judgment.
Okay. So you toss it up into her direction. It's relatively close to her, like a meter away, but she doesn't move. She sees where it's going and sees that it's not a threat.
Yeah.
But it does go over the side of the rail, and then as you pull it, you feel it tug into the wood, and it seems to be secure.
Right. And then I'm
She's
gonna...
like, right, now start climbing.
All right.
Fuck, that's terrible.
Just think, Sean Bean. Say bastard a few times, and you'll have it.
Bastard.
Bastard.
I'm trying Lannister. Yeah, all right, go on. So, I don't know. I'm panicking. Out of control. Go. Can I have an athletics check, please?
Athletics.
As you
not,
start climbing.
Not a good skill for me. Yeah, nah.
No. So, you start to pull up on this rope and get your weight onto it. But as you get a little bit, well, you don't even get that far. As you start to get closer to the actual side of the ship, it starts to become more vertical rather than horizontal. And at that point, you lose your grip and fall down into the water. And at that point, as you surface, you hear like laughs now. And if you didn't notice before, quite a number of the crew are now like leaning over the edge, looking
Yeah.
and watching
Of course they are.
the antics.
Of course they are.
So she's like, as you surface and look at it, she's like, right, swim back to the boat and try it again.
Right. Do it.
Well-
Can somebody else try while he's swimming back?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
24. It goes over the boat.
No, it's a very well thrown hook. It lands exactly where you aimed for it, and it attaches. And she nods for you to start climbing.
You bastard.
10.
Nicky dump.
wow, with a +7, you got
Wow.
a 10.
Yeah.
So, similar to Devvie, as you start to climb up, you
It's slippery patch.
find
of
it more
rope.
difficult. Yeah, it's slippery. It's now actually, because of the splash, it's now actually a little bit wet, and you find yourself kind of hanging in the bow of the rope, not really making any progress. As you kind of hang there, trying to work out how to mechanically carry on, various members of the crew are watching start actually hurling things at you.
Oh,
Like-
no.
like bits of rotten food and garbage and like empty bottles, and then just like hurling them at you and taunting you. So can I have a dexterity saving throw, please? As bits and bobs start bouncing off of you.
13.
Okay. That's enough to keep your grip despite being bombarded. And can you try and make another athletics check, please, to carry on?
24.
That's
Nice.
a bit
Okay.
better.
Yeah, that's a little bit better. So kind of motivated by their taunting and not wanting to hang around anymore, you skiddle up the rope onto the side of the boat.
Lanny jumps up onto the side, jumps onto the deck. He looks at the guys. Ah! Yeah! Ah! Like, tries to almost like scare them away a bit. Like, oh, you bastards.
You mean the guys that were throwing stuff at you?
Yeah.
Okay, can you make an intimidation check then, please?
A 7.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't quite come across as quite as intimidating as you hoped, especially as you have like a couple of bits of rotten food still hanging on you.
And I'll then just glance over to see what everyone else has done. Step
Okay,
up
next
slowly.
please.
Yes, give Torrin the side eye. Like, what do you think, love? 84 beauty?
Yeah, you go first.
Hold on. Oh, fine. Right. Oh, that's not good.
Okay, you throw, and you realise you've slightly misjudged this, and it actually thuds into the wood below the rail and flops down into the water. And the officer shakes her head again. Come on, try again.
Reel it back in. Yeah.
Yep.
Nonchalantly, yeah. I'm in no hurry. I'm in no hurry. There's no worry. Yeah. It's just a test throw. It's just a test throw. It's fine. Right then. Proper one this time.
Okay, again, it looks like this. It might just be short, but with a 10, it just like hits the rail and kind of skids over it just enough to catch on, and it kind of loosely clicks into place. You think it's gonna hold.
Yeah. Think. Okay. I shall make my way over. As with the rigging climb, can I do cool monk shit to give myself advantage to get up there?
Cool monk shit. Can you be a little bit more specific?
Specifically, step of the wind, where I can use dash, and my jump distance doubles.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, if you want, you can just kind of leap out of the boat, basically taking half of the distance away. So, yeah, go on.
Okay, so that step of the wind, that's a key point used.
Yeah, okay.
Right, and then athletics, or can I use acrobatics?
I'll accept either.
Okay. Woohoo! Natural 20!
Oh, fuck
Nice.
yeah! Don't even
Cool.
need the rope.
Cool monk shit.
Okay. So, yeah, you leap from the nose of the boat. You, with your legs kind of flung back behind you, you grab the rope, you swing below it, but you actually keep swinging and come back around from the underside. Manage to get your feet on top of the rope, and then almost like a little monkey climbing up a pipe. The last few feet, you are almost like a combination of climbing and running on the rope, and then you actually jump again the last 5 feet and just grab the side of the rail and pull yourself up.
Dang.
And that, my friends, is how
And
you do it.
the officer nods to you. Next.
And I am passing the grapple from hand to hand, just sort of looking at that display and going, well, shit.
Okay. So,
All right,
Rosie
here
has
goes
a turn.
nothing.
All right, go on then.
And swing, get the weight of it, and swing it again, and think, this is kind of like my dagger, a little bit heavier, and who am I kidding? I got no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But it works!
Yeah. Despite expecting the worst, it actually flies fairly true, and you get a good grasp on the side of the rail.
All right, and you want athletics to try and climb, don't you?
Yeah, for you.
Alright.
No, you did like acrobatic shit, and well, if you want to do something similar and try, but no, for
I have no training in that regard, so I will stick with the RP and go athletics. That I'm gonna scrape my face on the side of the boat.
you slip over into the drink.
Yeah.
Bloosh.
Splutter.
Yeah, and you're told to swim back to the boat and try again.
I'm not built for
So in the meantime, Rosie has had a go. She has no trouble throwing the grappling hook. Has a little bit more trouble climbing, but she does make it up. Sandara fails to climb, as does Concubar. The Colkwood actually throws it up fine. Before he starts to climb, though, you actually see him pull out a dagger from his belt and put it between his teeth and start to climb up, which he does do successfully. So, sorry?
Classic.
Classic, yeah. Completely unnecessary, but yeah. So, Devvie, that would mean you can try again.
Yay. Okay. So, do I need to throw the hook again, or just climb again?
Yeah, she throws the hook back every time.
Ah man.
So you're gonna have to.
What was that? Nope.
9.
Nope, that one thuds into the side of the rail. Missing.
Man.
Come on!
Is it anyone else's go, or is it me to go again?
Now you can throw again. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Devvie!
That's
This
better.
one lands true.
Okay.
Right. Dev, the idea is to go up the rope, right?
Alright, alright. Not you as well.
Oh.
It's not a natural, but it's still one.
So this time, as you step forward to,
I just missed
To
the
grab
rope
the rope.
entirely.
yeah, you miss the rope entirely and just flop over the side into the water. The officer's just shaking their head at this point. Oh, for fuck's sake! Torrin,
That scene.
yep. That lands. Start climbing.
Fuck's sake.
You fall in
Wow.
again.
Fucking hate this.
Devvie,
Ah. Right. Go on. What was that? Oh my god. I'm gonna try again.
yeah, the crowd is just laughing hysterically at this point.
If it helps, try aiming for my face.
I'm gonna take that to heart.
Oh! Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
lobbing it in the direction of your brother's head, you
Yeah,
do actually
that
manage to
seems to
successfully
work.
grapple.
Hey. Actually rolled decently.
Okay. Yeah, so you climb out. That's enough to get you halfway.
Oh
But
man.
again, at this point. Yeah. The sailors on the ship use the opportunity to start lobbing you with shit. So
As
can
soon
I
as,
have
as soon as they start throwing things, I will interject.
Let me just
How would
see.
you like to interject?
I will sidle over and say, "Excuse me, lads, but can I just suggest that you don't throw things at my brother? Otherwise, I'll start throwing you down there."
Are you talking to anyone specifically?
Just generally whoever's throwing stuff.
It's quite a few people.
I'll
I
speak
mean, like,
loudly.
it's like 6 people.
I'll speak loudly.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Someone's going over.
Fedor hears this. Is like, hey, we are just following orders, you know.
Really?
Do I need to make another
Any-
athletics?
I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, a dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Yay! Well,
Wow.
I'm guessing yeah.
Still only with
Yeah,
a plus
that's enough.
5.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's enough to keep your grip, but I now need a second athletics check to
Off
to
I fuck
climb the rest of
then.
the way.
Oh
Oh no!
Yep. Standard.
So you get blinked and plonked with a couple bottles, and you're like, okay, deep breath, gotta climb up, and then as you just completely lose your grip
Yeah.
and fall back in.
Yeah.
This
no,
time
this
as you
is-
surface, the officer's like, for fuck's sake, get out of the water! And she motions for you to swim up to the side of the boat and climb out, and that she doesn't want you to try again.
Oh man.
So Torrin, you're the last one left.
Disappointing.
As you climb out, she's like, bunch of useless fucks. So that lands. I need an athletics check, please. And you actually make it,
Wow.
Torrin.
Grunting and
You
panting.
clamber. Yeah.
I hate this.
So the officers just kind of stood there shaking her head. That was fucking terrible.
I'm much better at other things, let me assure you.
Yeah, I'm more of a businessman.
Businessman.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Waste of time.
I'm not
You
really
see,
a physical kind of guy.
We were in the wrong fucking place here then, laddie.
I shouldn't have nicked me then.
Yeah, in our defence, we didn't exactly ask to be here.
Point
Right.
as well.
Look, I'm good at other stuff. Well, there'll be plenty of opportunity to show my worth, but unfortunately, climbing shit is not really my strong point.
She kind of considers what you said. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do with you then.
Look, put me in front of something you want a good fucking stabbing done to, and I'm golden. It's just the climbing aspect, you know.
Well, then we've got a bit of a problem. You see, when we find another boat that we want to take, how do you think you're gonna get over there?
Don't suppose you got a catapult?
I could chuck
Can you
him.
see a fucking catapult?
Lanny'll throw me. It's fine. Don't worry. I'll make my way. I've got my uses. Don't you worry.
I fucking hope so. Because up till now, you've proved yourself to be completely useless.
Hey, I beg to differ. That turtle dish that I made was bloody nice.
I was.
Right. Well, if you're lucky, the captain will let you stay down in the kitchen.
And I killed a reef claw.
And me.
I was also there.
And me.
She shakes her head. She doesn't know what else to say at this point, and she just hobbles off, muttering under her breath, "What the fucking useless
I
bullshit."
think you'll find we have a particular set of... Oh, forget it.
Are we forgetting the bit where I basically walked up the wall? No? Okay, fine. Fuck you then.
Oh, fuck yourself. I'm not going to shove him.
I thought I did
All right.
okay.
The jolly boat is pulled in, sails raised, and Creep does appear at some point and starts handing out a delicious meal, actually.
Nice.
It's unusual that any meals that they have contain this much meat.
Mm.
So all the pirates are very pleased with their with their share. Yeah, so it's a very relaxed evening. Is there anything you want to do?
I get interested in where Fedor is and what he's doing.
Well, if we're just finishing up the meal, he'll be around on deck finishing up his meal.
I'd like to just sort of watch him and see who he talks to and who he interacts with, but I'd also like to keep an eye on if Mr. Plug is anywhere.
I mean, this isn't a huge boat, so you can assume everyone is kind of around.
Yeah.
Especially at meal times. The captain will eat inside of his cabin with his highest group of officers. And Plug and his kind of crew will be around either in the officer's cabin or around the doors to it. And then most of the other pirates will just be around deck. So, I mean... If you're looking for something specific, I can tell you, but
Just
as I said,
generally, generally who he's chatting to. If it looks of anything important, whether he's trying to hide away from anything or whether he's getting information.
No, Fedor's like the kind of... He seems like unabashed by anything. So he's quite loud and obnoxious. You see him laughing and joking and making fun. He's a bit of a... what would you say? Yeah, he seems to like... Yeah, no, he likes to make jokes at people's expense very loudly and then laughs, and then usually he's the only one laughing, though. And as I said, he's always like... Yeah, he's nudging Jake the whole time. He just fucking scowls at him. He's most certainly like the loudest person on the ship, so he doesn't seem to be like secretly like doing anything.
Yeah.
If that's the kind of thing you're looking for.
Yeah,
he seems completely unabashed by anything. Yeah.
I'm just aware that he was one of the ringleaders when they attacked us below decks, so he's one I'd like to keep my eye on. Generally, at all times, I want to know where he is, and at least until I get the sense that he's really a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's around. I mean, if he's around, you know where he is because he's one of the loudest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a big guy as well. He's one of the biggest.
So I'd more like to know when he's not around.
Okay. If that's something you specifically want to keep your eye out for, then I can let you know.
Yeah. And other than that, I'll just chat to people like Rosie and Sandara, and I'd make nice with Grok if she's up, and Croup and
Croup gives the meal out and then kind of disappears. And Grok is kind of similar. She doesn't really hang around on deck in the evening. She seems to just kind of like finish her work and kind of disappear into her room.
Yeah.
You rarely see her on deck.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's alright.
Yes.
Yeah, all good with me.
Yeah, quite like that.
So if there's nothing else, then we will move on for the evening. And to sleep.
To sleep indeed.
So.
Are we moving ourselves down to our bedrooms?
Yeah. You don't have to. So, after the meal with full bellies, and after a nice relaxing day, everyone retires down to the cabin below, gets in their hammocks, and everyone starts to sleep again. During the night, Lani.
Yeah.
Again, you wake up at some point, and you have this weird sense again that somebody might be watching you. And you look left, and you don't see anything, and you look right, and you don't see anything. And then, as you look down towards your feet, you realize, perched on your chest, is a rat. And he's holding something in his hands. It's maybe a little bit difficult to see in this dim light, but seems to be some piece of food, some like a dried piece of meat or something. And he kind of he kind of gingerly lays it down on your chest, and like with his head like very low, he starts to slowly like back away, leaving this piece of dried meat on your chest.
Just see what he's doing.
As I said, at the moment he's like he's like almost averting his gaze as he slowly starts to back away down your stomach.
While he's leaving, I just want to slowly reach down into my pack and just pull out small bits of bread that I have, and just offer the same in return.
You offer it to him, correct? Are you giving him the bread?
Yeah.
Okay. As you bring your hand forward, there's a moment where he like ducks or instinctively. You get the sense that he feels very nervous, and he almost makes himself like even flatter, awaiting you maybe to harm him perhaps. But then he sees this piece of bread kind of shoved into his face, and he kind of takes it, but then he kind of looks at you and he tilts his head strangely. And if you don't do anything else,
I just
he will
nod
suddenly.
to him, and I take the meat, whatever it is it's given. Take it as I watch him essentially take the bread.
Yeah. So if you do nothing else, he will, after looking at you briefly with this tilted head, he suddenly scampers off of your stomach and disappears into the darkness.
Cool.
Okay. And if you desire, you are welcome to fall back to sleep until morning.
Yeah, Lanny just sits for a while and he's just kind of thinking to himself, like, this has got to be the rat. He's maybe thanking me for not having killed him.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, maybe there's something else. And with that, Lanny just drifts off back to sleep.
Okay. Lovely. So the next thing you all hear is the bell for the next day of work. And everyone's jumping out of their hammocks.
Really?
What?
Fucking bell.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was role playing.
That was in
Sorry.
character. That was in character. Fuck you, Sean. Oh, fucking bell, really? Come on. Another 10 minutes, please.
No. Get up. Put my boots on. Ready to go.
Yeah, up and at him.
Okay.
Yeah, you're upstairs.
Yeah, I assume you're all getting up on
Yep.
deck before
Moving
before the
upstairs.
second bell rings.
Oh, I lost Torrin.
So-
Where'd you go?
So we
I
have the.
accidentally let go of her somewhere.
That's okay. So we have the usual routine, the usual morning routine, brief inspection from the captain, but nothing more than a nod, and then the day is expected to start. So, Lani and Torrin, can I have a roll to see what job you'll be doing today, please? A D6.
D6, you say?
Mm-hmm.
A 2.
Okay. Oh, that's actually quite fitting.
Great.
No, it's nothing bad. You can assume due to the things constantly tear and break aboard a ship anyway, but after the storm there are a number of things that need repairing. There are some slightly damaged sails or rope that needs splicing, and you're told that that's going to be your job for today.
Fair enough. I can do that.
Devvie, if you make your way down to the kitchen.
Of course.
So first, can I have a D6, please, to see
From me.
determine? Yes.
Ah.
6. Okay. So you open the door. You never know what to expect when you walk into the kitchen. But you see Croop stood there. There was a lot of leftover food from yesterday. I mean, stuff that wasn't even served.
Yeah.
And it seems to be that he's preparing the leftover meat, salting it so that he can keep it for longer.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems quite chirpy this morning.
All right, good morning, mate. How you doing?
Morning, Mr. Creep. Nice to see you up and about and so sprightly, if I might say so.
Well, I thought I'd get going on these here. Seemed to go down quite well last night.
It was rather tasty, yes. Anything I could do?
Can you roll a d6 to see what job he's going to give you?
See, I roll really nicely when it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck's sake.
Or maybe it does.
It's like, oh, actually, I don't need anything right now. You come, just sit down here.
Bless you up.
Can have a drink.
Do you distill your own spirits, Mr. Creep?
Me what? Distill my... Is that a euphemism?
Your grog, what you're drinking, do you distill that yourself, or is that stuff you buy in? Or
Oh
just
no,
take?
I don't fucking. I mean, I know a lot about drink when it comes to consuming it, but when it comes to actually making the stuff, I ain't got a fucking clue.
Right. Well, I've got a few ideas. I might dabble in distilling our own grog. But I'll have to talk to someone about it. There's a chap on board knows a darn sight more about it than I do, so I'll have a talk with him and see if there's anything in our leftovers that we can use.
Who's that then?
You know, my big friend that
seems
was
very
down here
interested.
yesterday, Lanny.
Yeah.
You know, you were sat
Hang
around
on.
here. Yeah, big guy. He was he on the island that he came from. He said something about them brewing their own alcohol. So if there's anything that he can use to do it here, might be able to give it a go.
He stops for what he's doing for a second. He's like,
Is that what he wanted that fucking thing for?
Oh, I don't know what he wanted that for. But you know, maybe it might be some kind of exotic alcohol.
Fucking, I ain't touching anything he puts that in.
I doubt he'll be putting that in anything that's for human consumption. But I'll ask him. I'll ask him what he knows and if there's anything around here that we can brew up.
Alright, fair enough. Let me know. If it's any good, I'm always open for a tasting.
Absolutely. What job did Lanny get this morning? Do I know that? Would I know that?
I think he would have.
Or would have been up
No,
there?
I don't think.
Or no?
You would have like as soon as everyone like kind of detaches to go to their jobs,
Okay.
there'd have been no reason for you to hang around, and you would have gone down.
I'll talk to him in our evening time then, unless I see him beforehand.
Okay.
I don't
So,
want to.
Des, I do not want you to roll today because Mr. Plug actually approaches you.
Ooh.
Desi, my dear friend, I have a job for you today, he says, grinning.
Oh dear.
Come with me. And he gestures that you follow him below deck.
Oh my dear Mr. Plug, I do hope you don't have anything in mind that might be a bit risque.
Oh, not at all. It is a simple job. I'm sure you can handle it.
Uh-oh.
Heard that one before.
So he walks down through the officers' quarters and starts walking down to the hold. I assume you're following him?
Yes.
As you do, you notice someone joins file behind you, and Master Scourge is actually now following you. So you're in a line. Mr. Plug leads you down through the hold, down to the sleeping area, to the hatch door where the bilges are. And he opens it up. As you can see, thanks to the storm, we have taken on a little bit too much water, and this needs to be pumped out. You're an athletic chap. I thought you were perfect for this job.
So very nice for you to think of me.
Before you go down, I just need to check something. And he nods to Master Scourge. Do you have Do you have a dagger on you or a weapon?
I do not know.
Okay.
I
So Master
have
Scourge
have the knuckles on me, but yeah, I don't know
Okay.
if that, I don't know if you would count that.
Can you give me a sleight of hand check to see how well they're hidden?
Roll well, bruv.
Roll well. No.
Yeah.
Which probably means they're not really hidden at all.
Only fucking
And
wear it.
Master Scourge comes. He starts like patting you down, looking for a weapon or something. And he actually finds this and pulls it out. Huh? Sorry? I missed that.
I was basically, as he was patting me down, I'd be like, "Oh, excuse me, keep your hands to you. Watch out for that! Don't you touch me there."
So his wandering hands find you're not really well hidden knuckle duster, and he fishes it out with a single finger. Oh, Mr. Plug, mate, I found this. And he shows it to him. Mr. Plug takes it and looks at it. He's like, I don't think you will need that down there, Devvie. It would be a shame if you lose it. I will give it back to you afterwards, okay? And he pockets it.
You give him a look.
So he nods down again. So there's a lot of water down there. You better get on it right away.
I'm sure.
He hands you a lantern.
Oh, good. I wouldn't want to be stuck in the dark.
You make your way down?
I make my way down.
Okay. So, as you get down into the water, you realize this is deeper than the last time you were there. Like when you fought the rats, it was like kind of knee height, and now it's actually even deeper than that. Obviously, thanks to the storm, you've taken on even more water, and it's probably like, I don't know, like half as much again. So it's like up to your thighs. So just touching your balls as you wade through the water.
It's the fucking worst. Getting in the sea, just as soon as
Yeah.
it hits your nuts, just
Yeah.
like, oh,
You're
there
kinda
it is.
You're kind of like tippy-toeing a little bit just to kind of stop them from dangling in too much. And he points over to the pump, which is this box here. So I assume you know how to use this thing.
No, Mr. Plug. Could you possibly come down and show me?
It is very easy. You see this handle, you push it down, and then you pull it up again.
Amazing. I'm not going to stop looking at him when he points to it and all that. I'm not going to break eye contact.
He kind of he's like, "Are you going to manage this, or do you need some help?"
Oh, no, I'm sure I will be absolutely fine. And as a bonus, it means I don't have to look at you all day.
Okay, but I will be back very shortly to see your progress.
I'm sure.
And with that, he slams the door, leaving you in this dank and dingy, wet space.
Down in the dark. With a lantern.
So, would you like to start pumping immediately?
Well, sure. Well, I'm
It's
rolling.
up to you. I am I am asking.
Oh yeah, yes, fine, yeah. I'm just not just gonna stand in the water looking at the the pretty patches on the wall.
Okay, then can I have give me an athletics check just to see how well you do this initially. And okay, so yeah, the mechanism is not complicated, and you start pulling up and down, and it's not like a fluid action. It is quite stiff, and you assume that's due to the pressure of the water. And you start slowly pumping this thing up and down, and no immediate change. And you're basically left to continue. Lani and Torrin up on deck. Can I have some checks from you to see how well you get on?
What would you like?
So I can. I think I'd accept a sleight of hand check here. It's like fiddly work, repairing rope and sails.
Okay. 5.
Yeah.
19.
So, Lani, your big chubby sausage-like fingers struggle immensely with this fiddly work. Torrin, on the other hand, you're doing great, and in fact, you're doing so well. You're almost making up for Lani's lack of progress.
Torrid. It's alright.
Um,
Don't worry about it. It's my hands are a little smaller than yours. It's easier. Just do what you can, and I'll try and help you out when you need it.
Okay. Did you say there was, Sean? Did you say there was rope to be dealt with as well, opposed to steel?
Yeah, what was it called? Is it called splicing? When you re-splice a rope? Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Sorry?
It is now.
Essentially? Yeah, fuck
It
it.
is
It
now.
is now. We're
yeah,
not
it is now.
sailors.
Yeah, so there is rope to repair as well, yeah.
Having not very adept at doing the sails, stitching sails, putting them back together, can I try the rope?
Go on then.
Same thing.
Yep.
A 22. Yeah, much better.
Yep, you're much better at this. This is probably something that you've done before, so get on fine. Is there anything else what you want to do while you're working?
Danny will keep an eye out for the other heavily tattooed guy, Alkai, to kind of just try and see. She'd most likely be up rigging, but just see if he's
He's up in the rigging, yeah. Okay, actually, give me an insight check, please.
I just googled it. Splicing is the correct term.
Very good.
Woo!
13.
So 13. Okay, he is up in the rigging, but now that he's on your radar, you do glance over to him occasionally, and there are a couple times where you glance over to him, and he's done the same thing, and he holds your gaze for a little bit, but it doesn't feel aggressive.
Sorry,
You
who
don't
is
sense that it's Alkai, the tattooed guy, who seems to be from a similar region as Lani.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't seem aggressive, but there is something there. Okay.
Maybe just curiosity.
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Plug turns up on deck. He spends some time checking up on other sailors. He comes to inspect your work, Lani and Torrin, and begrudgingly has to admit that you're actually doing okay. And then you see him talk to the half-orc. briefly. And then the two of them and Mr. Scourge disappear below deck. Desi, while you're working, the hatch door suddenly opens. Mr. Plug is looking down.
Right, before that, would I have been able to hear
Yeah.
him coming? Would I have been able to hear footfall on the wood above me?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
I would say yes.
Right. So, as I can hear
But
them...
you hear footsteps above on the floor above you, yeah.
Okay, so as I hear the footsteps, I am going to start howling at the top of my voice. Just putting as much pain and anguish in the voice as possible. Just, oh God, I can't stand it. The silence, the darkness is too much. I just can't take it. It's too much. And such.
Okay. Okay, the hatch opens and Mr. Plug's looking down at you. Desi,
Better
what the
carry on.
fuck is going on here?
It's too dark, man. I'm just never been by myself before. It's too horrible.
You see him like looking bemused at Musk. Are you serious, Desmond?
No,
Sorry, I said Desmond. Are you actually called Desmond?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know that though.
You wouldn't know.
He's assuming.
Yeah, so do you actually say, no, I'm not?
Yeah.
Was that in character? And he's like,
Yeah.
so fuck. Well, maybe if you spent less time fucking around and doing your job, you would be getting on a little bit faster. It doesn't look like you've cleared any of this water.
It's because I keep drinking it and pissing out again. Sorry.
Okay. I think you need some help. I have got someone here is going to help you, okay? And
Sure.
suddenly the light is eclipsed by a large body, and then slowly huffing and stepping down the ladder, you see Jape the half-orc. And he steps into the water and turns towards you like... and approaches your side of the... Not your side, the opposite side of the pump. And stands there looking at you. And Mr. Plug's like... So, Jape, I hope you can take care of this. I will be back in 1 hour to check your progress. And then he slams the trapdoor shut.
I'm
Uh-oh.
just gonna look at him. I'm just gonna look at him.
He looks at you.
Oh, there, Jape. So, what's it gonna be? Are you down here to sort me out, or are you down here to give me an hand?
He slowly lifts one hand behind his back. And when he pulls his hand back again, there is a dagger in it.
Right.
I'd like you to roll initiative, please.
Ah!
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
Oh. That's a pretty good initiative, though.
That is pretty good.
Pretty good initiative.
That's pretty good.
I can never actually see it on my screen because it's in a lemon yellow box with a white writing.
Yeah.
Same as
How do
me.
you think I feel?
Oh yeah, of course.
Did you just get... Fuck's sake, we both rolled a 19, but you have a +2. And I have a +1.
I have a machine gun. Ho
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 ho.
ho.
What's that from?
That's from
Die Hard.
Have you not seen
Oh.
Die Hard?
I don't think... It's one of those films I've seen... I think I've seen all of it in bits, but never like in one go.
That needs to change, my friend.
Do you know
Stop at the third one, though.
that is my Christmas jumper? I have that. I have an exact replica of that dude's sweatshirt with the blood
Excellent.
writing on it that says "Now I have a machine gun." Ho ho ho. That is my Christmas jumper.
Well done. Good effort.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, the mood has suddenly changed.
Yeah, it's fucking serious now, boys.
It's about to change.
So, of course, I'm terribly unprepared and don't have the fucking character sheet open.
That's fine.
So, but it's your turn first, Des, as you have won the initiative.
Yes. All right then.
So,
So-
what do you like to do?
I'm gonna say, oh, well, if it's like that, then as I say that, I'm gonna punch. 21?
21 does hit.
I really hope it does, because I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble otherwise. So,
21? Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
3, but only 3 bludgeoning. However, I'm going to use a key point to do a flurry of blows. Pap, pap, pap.
Oh!
That's bad. That's bad.
Oh!
12 and 8.
Okay, the 12 does actually hit. Okay, the 8
That's 5.
does not.
That's 5 bludgeoning, and I'm going to disengage and fuck right off. That's a technical term. So with the plus 10, I actually have 50 feet of movement.
Is there 50 feet down there?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, yeah,
oh, there
wait,
is.
slow down, slow down.
There is.
Yeah, wait. Because of the
Uh-oh.
water, it's difficult terrain, so you can
Oh.
only move at half speed.
Half. That's fine. No,
That
go
still
for
means
Through
that
the water.
he is halved as well, so that's good.
Yeah. Yoink!
Like run, Scoob!
Zoinks!
Jesus.
That was right, wasn't it?
Yeah, you've got one more square.
Slosh, 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 slosh. Move! Oh, fuck you. Oh, come on! I'm trying to make him turn, but it's not doing it. Anyway. Yep, I'll stand in the water, looking back at him, just with my arms out, like, come on.
Okay. Yeah, this can be interesting. So he can move to like here, but that's the end of his movement.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
He
you
can't
can
do
use a
anything else right
bonus.
now.
You can use a bonus to dash, but then he can't do anything
You can
when
use
he
an
gets
action to dash, not a bonus.
there. Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
Unless,
Actually,
unless he's a
yeah.
rogue, of course.
Ah, yes. Well, I play rogues all the time, so I would assume that, wouldn't I?
Yeah, okay, that's all he's going to do right now.
Dear. Having trouble keeping up, are we? Right, well, in that case, I will step forward. Unarmed strike. 17.
And hits.
If it's
5.
12 hits, yeah.
Yep, another flurry of blows, another key point. 15, and oh, a critical hit! Oh, you hate to see it! So, 6 bludgeoning on the first one, and 10 on the second.
Wow, okay. So, okay.
And disengage. Woohoo!
Duck and weave, duck and weave!
Duck and weave, boys, duck and weave! Was that too far?
Okay, so you... So you've, you clocked him a good one there. And he recalls slightly and shakes his head, sees you run it back again, and this time kind of considers his action. And he actually is just going to stay where he is with his dagger raised.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Mexican standoff.
No, he's holding his action.
Oh, I see.
But oh, that's metagaming, so no, I didn't know that. That's fine. So am I go again?
Yep.
All right then. Well, actually, if he's not going to come after me, I can't reach him unless I dash. So I will also stay here.
I'll stay. I also like to live dangerously.
And
Okay.
I will. Let me see. Hold on. I will just say, look, mate. I'd say I was going to rearrange your face, but it looks like someone's already beat me to it.
Oh, someone give that guy a level in Bard for vicious mockery.
So let me just check something here on my sheet. Okay. With that, he growls. he's going to use his bonus action to regain some hit points.
Son of a bitch.
So he's going to move 1, 2, 3. So he also has an action surge, so I can take any action again, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So he steps in, and he is going to now attack you. So 16.
Yep.
It's 4 damage, but you have to add 2 more to that, actually. So it's 6 damage total. Yep. He has a fighting style.
A fighting style.
You were
Okay.
holding your
This is
action,
legit.
Nadz.
No, oh no, yes, I was holding my
Yeah,
action
true.
when he got into range.
So
Yes.
technically you get that off first.
Oh, misses. Okay. So that's just a basic unarmed strike. So that's 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Literally as he gets in range, just. So a bit loud, sorry. Very excited.
That's fine. And now's your actual turn.
Okay. So actual turn. Going to punch him again. Whew. 6.
Another 6. Okay.
Last key point for the last flurry of blows. Oh, 21 and 15.
Nice.
So that's 9 points of bludgeoning.
Jesus.
And
9
disengage.
points. Tell me how it happens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so as he steps into range, I'll smack him one, and as he comes down, I will punch him again in the face, knee him directly in the groin, and as he doubles down, I will uppercut him in the jaw.
His head flicks back as your fist shatters against bone, and he falls backwards into the water, creating a huge splash, which creates like a slight parting tidal wave that goes out to the walls, and then as he slips below the surface, comes back and closes over him. He's now laying completely submerged under the water, and you just see a few little bubbles bubbling up from under the water.
I am going to reach down and yank him up,
Mm-hmm.
drag him over to the ladder,
Mm-hmm.
arrange him in such a way so that it keeps him upright, like put his arms through it or something to keep him from drowning. But
Okay.
also go through his pockets.
So he had his dagger, which he dropped.
Alright, fish around and see if I can find that.
Okay, a perception check to find the dagger.
Okay.
No, sorry. The water's very deep and black, and it's very difficult to find anything in there.
Does he have anything on his
You're
person?
Yep, I was just going to do something else first. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
As a point of order, I'd also like to say there's now 2 daggers lost in that particular build.
I mean, if you want to keep going, you would eventually find them.
That's fine. I'm not in that. I'm not interested in daggers. So.
No, I'm just trying to find. There is actually a table for, like a random table for the contents. Okay, can you roll a percentile die twice for me, please?
Percentile?
Yeah, like a D100.
Just 1d100.
But twice.
Yep, twice.
Okay. That's the first one.
Okay.
It's a pocket's full of flesh-eating maggots.
So in one pocket you find 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
One of the pouches is a tiny mimic. Ah.
And in the other pocket you find a small bottle.
Small bottle.
Like a small bottle, maybe like 5 inches high. Like a tiny little bottle.
Okay.
Like you get whiskey miniatures in.
Yeah, similar to that. Yeah.
It's a whiskey miniature. Okay. Right, I will pocket both.
Okay.
Then prop them up
I-
on the ladder.
Okay.
You're not
Can
doing
you
death
make
saving throws, are you?
Yes.
Can you make a medicine check, please?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh,
That's a natural
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, he seems fine. Just, he looks like he might be alive. Just, yeah,
Sleeping
he,
it
he
off.
should be fine.
It's fine.
He's not underwater. Yeah, he's probably just sleeping it off.
Well, like I said, I'm going to prop him up against the ladder. You know, in such a way
Did you
that
say like you want to put his arms through so that he's like kind of standing?
yeah. So basically, so that he's not drowning.
Okay. Okay.
And
And
then
then?
I'll go back to the pump.
Really?
That was his job.
That was my job.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep pumping.
Okay.
This thing.
So after, actually not long, maybe like 20 minutes, the hatch opens again. And you hear Mr. Plug's voice like, Jape, is everything taken care... Jape? Desi, what's going on here?
Oh, he slipped.
What do you mean he slipped?
Oh, he slipped. He kind of came around the pump to say something, possibly to show me a different technique of holding onto the handle, and he slipped with his knife out into my fist 10 times. Also,
You actually see him very slowly actually start to grin. And he looks you in the eyes. He's like, "Oh, Desi boy, you are really fucked now." Just as he says that, you suddenly start to hear frantic, loud ringing of the bell. Which you think is unusual for this time of day. Generally, it's in the morning and the evening. And now, suddenly, like mid-morning, you're hearing this ding, 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 ding. And the look on Plug's face means he's also slightly confused.
right, okay. How high is this ladder?
Oh fuck.
Like room-sized.
Okay. What are the chances of, during his brief distraction, that I can get up the ladder, grab something on him, and pull him down with me?
I was literally just going to say he stands up and leaves hurriedly. And you hear him running up towards deck. The rest of you, Devvie, you would have heard this too.
Yep.
Croup looks, hears the bell, and's like,
Oh, something's going on.
What's that, mate?
Better fucking get up there, lad.
Alright,
I don't, well, means get up on deck now.
I'll do it. I'll see you in a minute then. I bugger off upstairs.
yeah, as you leave, you basically almost run into Mr. Plug, who is also running up towards deck.
What's going on?
Get onto deck now.
Right you are.
Torrin, Lani,
Hello.
you've been working up on deck when suddenly you hear shouting out from up in the crow's nest. You hear,
Ship ahoy!
Is it me gnome friend?
no, it's not your gnome friend.
Damn it! I've also forgotten his name. What's the gnome called?
Conkerbar.
Conkybar Shortstone.
Ah.
And with that, you look up and you see the captain suddenly walk to the side of the boat. He pulls out a telescope. And then suddenly there's frantic movement. And he sends someone down to the bell. And the bell is viciously rung. And all the sailors stop what they're doing and collect together on deck. Devvie, you've been running up. Desmond, what are you doing?
Desmond. Let me see. What would I be doing? What would I be doing? So Mr. Plug has legged it. The bell is ringing frantically. He's already told me that I'm completely fucked. And I can see why. Because at this point, I would go over and check on... what's his face? Jape. Would I be able to tell that he's dead?
I'd need another medicine check. That was like a passive one, and it was terrible. But if you're actually
Yes.
taking a closer look, then yeah, go for it.
Oh god.
He's half orc. I mean, he's a funny colour, but then he's always a bit of a funny colour. So
I mean, if I put my hand in front of his mouth, is there any breathing?
no.
Right. Okay. So, I'm down here with a dead body, and everyone is up on deck. What can a little monk do when no one else is watching?
Dear.
Well, I'm going to come up the ladder. I might step on Jake's face just for funsies, and on the way up, close the lid. What would I do? I'm going to go up on deck. I'm going to go up on deck because the bell's ringing, which is obviously very important, which means that everyone needs to attend.
Okay. So you go up on deck.
Mhm.
Okay. So, as I said, all the pirates are kind of collecting around. They're waiting for some sort of command or waiting to know what's going on. You see a couple of officers now collected left and right of the captain who are looking out out to sea. Actually, can you, if you all give me a perception check, please? And I'm basically just going to say whoever gets the highest is closest. Fucking hell, Des.
Yeah, hell. Okay.
I just pop up in front of everyone.
Jesus Christ.
Hello there. So,
I rolled a 1,
So-
naturally.
you look out, and just on the distant horizon, you can actually see a ship. The captain commands something to the officer who is manning the wheel, and the ship lurches and starts directly sailing in the direction of this ship. You actually hear Mr. Plug approach the captain and say to him, Captain, we have a issue down below. I think that... And the captain actually cuts him off.
We do not have time for this now.
But Mr. Plug says again, I'm sorry, but this something has happened and I need you to... And the captain turns around this time with rage in his eyes and shouts at him.
I said we do not have time for this now. I have more important matters to take care of.
And Mr. Plug kind of shrinks back.
A whipped dog.
And he turns back to Mr. Plug after a second and says,
Prepare your teams for boarding.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll end it.